All right, welcome everyone to Is Your Six Covered? Your host, Rick. Just want to say hi, see how everybody's doing. We got a few links sent out there. We'll see what happens. See who shows up. Boys are running a call. I'm back in California, and I am not even on duty yet till tomorrow morning at 08. So it is what it is. So hopefully everybody's having a great night out there, depending on where you're at. Still daytime here in California. And other than that, it's been fun. Just got done having a little dinner, and I'm drinking this nasty stuff. So they didn't have sweet tea at the restaurant I was at. So unfortunate for me. But let's double check and see how everybody is. We got other Tim Davises out there. Hey, gun guys out there. I had sent a couple links out. We'll see what happens. You know how my schedule is. I never know when I'm going to be going live. It's always up for who knows what's going to happen. What's up, Willie Brackett? How you doing? Jerry Parker, Wayne Ribick, Nick Knox. Nick, you still in Korea, my friend? And we got Ramsey Country and Skull. No tea. Yeah, I wish I had some tea. I need to make some tea. If you don't normally drink stuff with bubbles in it, carbonated stuff, makes you burp a lot. Just so you know. What the hell? How's everyone doing? Did you ever get your shirts, Ramsey? I don't know if you ever commented or not. Would love to know that you got your damn shirts. I know your wife got hers. Yep, Nick's still in Korea. Koreatown. So what's going on? What's the word on the street? We got all this COVID stuff going on. I had to wear my mask. Flew Southwest, which I normally do. We got Andrew out there. Let's get him popped into the stream. See if he's ready. If he gives me a thumbs up, he's ready. All right, he's ready. Bam. We got Andrew. Done. What's going on? How are you, my friend?
Hey, man, you've been pretty busy, huh?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. And before I knew it, I had to come back to work, which meant I had to get on more planes, which sucked.
Beats walking.
Does beat walking, that's for sure. Not by much, but.
What did you think of your first PRS experience?
It was a mind-blowing experience. It was an enjoyable time after the fact. First day was horrible. Second day was all right. Wind kicked my butt.
Wind kicked everybody's butt.
It did. All the pros you could hear them over there pissing and moaning, and I felt kind of good about it.
Hey, look, long distance and wind is the great equalizer. Just ask your buddy Raymundo.
Yeah, Ray had a good time. He did decent. He wasn't crazy up there on top, but he placed 50 percentile, so he did good. What's up, Dom? Which was really good for what we had to deal with and just trying to figure it out. Sink or swim, and I was like, water was right here, and then first day, and then it was about down to here for the second day. It was good. It was good.
Well, you know what? Look, you learned something. You had a good time. You did something that 99.995% of the population or the shooting population would never do.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. It was. Yeah. I had a great time. The first day I was. I don't know if you saw that video I did about things I learned, but it was an ass kicker.
I've been busy as hell. I haven't even been around. I've just been busy. So.
Right. How's the pup?
He's awesome. He's great. He's the bright spot in my day lately. What can I tell you? It's been kind of weird lately.
Conservative Sniper Hunter wants to know where I finished. I finished like 2 or 3 places from last place. That's where I finished. But I did it. I went out there, had fun, learned a ton.
Very cool.
And yeah, Jason, I am back in Carolina, or back in California. What's up, Tim?
Not much. How you doing?
The other Tim Davis. Never mind.
It's the other Tim Davis. Yeah, I got the other one, or the original one. I got him locked up in the freezer right now.
Yeah, he's locked up. Your twin.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys
do about 45? What'd you say?
Do you hear the fan?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, you're clean.
All right, good. I'm out here in the garage, and I got this little tabletop fan running. So.
Hey, +5.
Jerry Parker, what's up, +5? Jerry Parker says, did you ever talk about the video, The Fall of Cabal? We did. I did a little video. It was a chat. We talked about it in the beginning just to get people over there, but I didn't talk much about it. Because that would be, hell, we could be stuck in that rabbit hole forever. Derby Pyro, what up? Yeah, Ray finished in the center of the pack. Another Olight flash sale, Jason says. My phone turned into a vibrator from all of them.
So yeah. Rick, I guess when I'm betting when you looked at the standings and you looked at the scores, et cetera, Ray finishing even in halfway in the pack, I bet it wasn't by much. I bet it was pretty close spread, from halfway up to the top of the bottom, to top dog. I bet it wasn't. I bet the spread wasn't too huge from where Ray was to the top.
Yeah, I think first place was oh shit, I can't remember the number now. I think there was. I'm just gonna make numbers because I don't remember. I think if you shot everything clean, it was like 225 shots. And I think first place got and this is probably not the correct number, but it's an example. I think it got like 170, 150. And yeah, so there was if you shot the second day on the hill portion, the longer stuff, you're probably a little luckier than the guys like myself and Ray that had to shoot it on the first day. But that's it. It is what it is. What's up, John Jeffries? But it was fun. It was a good experience. I'll do it again. And I think, I can't speak for him, but I think Ray will be doing it again. It seemed like it. He wanted to pretend like he wasn't super pumped about it, but I could see in his eyes he was having a good time. So we'll see.
I think that's just Ray's jam.
Yeah. So I think he's. I would say I'll give him 80% for sure going to do it again. Especially the other day I talked to him. It sounds like he's motivated to do it again. So we'll see.
Good.
So some of those matches, and we've got one here in Southern Indiana that I'm going to go to.
Yeah.
Not the first time around. I want to kind of lay eyes on it, but it's a 1-day event. It probably doesn't have all the driving 25, 30 miles to get somewhere, and and all the stuff that you guys went through. It might be a little bit easier, probably a little more fun to do those things on a probably more regular basis than kind of the experience that you guys had.
I don't know if that's the way to do it for a lot of people. I don't even know if I'm officially think it was the way to do it for me. I think I kind of hinted on it in the video. I didn't really give an answer, but I don't know if the whole sink or swim thing's the way to go, or you just dump in both feet and hope you don't drown, or if you just go to smaller matches and learn a little bit, and another small match, learn a little bit. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, with the super squad, big old tournament or competition, it was like, holy shit, I was overwhelmed. Cameras everywhere. It was like, what is going on?
Yeah. You look around and you're like a post turtle, right? You're like, how the hell did I get up here? I don't know how to get down, and I sure don't belong here, right?
Yeah. I'm like, wow, this is one way to learn. Now, I felt a lot more comfortable the second day. I don't know if it's because the wind wasn't good. There was a question about mags. I'll answer that in a sec. But the second day seemed way easier. There wasn't as many stages to do, but the wind was less. And then I think it was like because I had the experience of the first day, I had learned a little bit to get me through the second day, so I felt a lot more comfortable. Still shot like shit. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Half of that was me. Well, I'd say a good majority of it was me, obviously, and then part of it was the mag. So I wasn't able to, say the stage was 10 rounds, I wasn't even able to get sometimes 7 or 6 out of the stage just from the malfunctions of the mag. So.
Were you the only one? You couldn't have been the only one out there shooting a Tika, number one.
I didn't see one other Tika.
Really?
But I wasn't like, there's 200, I don't know, there was almost 200 rifles out there, and they're all, I saw a ton of chassis. I know Tim's got, do you have the MDT or the MPA?
MDT, ACC chassis.
Okay, yeah, the MDT,
Yeah.
There was a ton of those out there, and MPAs. And
the only thing I saw when you guys filmed your video and all the guys had the rifles lined up with the scopes covered, all I could think of was like 7,000, 14, 21, 28. I was just counting dollars as I was looking down the ring, down the row. I was like, "Whoa, boy, there's a lot of money sitting there on the ground." Oof.
Yeah, let's see. +5's asking when my new rifle's coming. All the parts are in. Kenny's getting it figured out, and then I should receive it. I know someone that received their rifle today. I'll leave that up to you guys to figure that out.
What'd you order?
Well, let's get into it in a second. Remind me of that question, and I will answer that again. But I wanted to hit somebody's. There was a question. What's up, Alaska one, Andy? Trying not to miss these questions here.
There's a lot
How
of
did the professional shooters in your squad go? Where did they finish? One, the Ruger guy, he was shooting a production. He actually got first place in production. He was shooting an RPR.
Wow.
And what was the other? The other guys, I'm not sure how they placed. They won some cool stuff. The prize table was amazing. It didn't matter if you got last place. There was still a lot of cool stuff.
Hey, listen, let me ask a question, Rick. The pro shooter from Ruger shooting the factory rifle, the factory RPR, how did he stack up against the unlimited guys?
He was more towards he was more towards the middle.
Okay.
Let me see. I might be able to answer that question exactly. I have the result.
We'll see how much skill the carpenter brings to the game, or is it the hammer, or is it the carpenter?
Let's see.
You know damn well that guy with a custom rifle in his hand is going to finish, top 15, top 10%, right?
Yeah, he shot decent. He didn't shoot as well as I would have thought he would have. What's funny is I didn't even recognize that he was shooting production until he's probably this guy right here. Let's see if I can find him. There was a few guys that had DQ'd, which sucks. All right, so here's first place. Let me go down. So he didn't place in the top first 56. So everybody was basically, it wasn't the top first 56.
Overall?
Yeah, overall. Let me find the next right page here.
Some of these, the comment section is lit.
Oh, there he is. He got 77th.
Are the rumors true that RTC has an Olite shrine in his house?
He got 63rd. 63rd. So that's pretty damn good.
Hey, 63rd with a production rifle? Overall. Out of how many shooters?
180 something, I think.
Yeah, you know what? That's
legit.
That's legit. That leads me to believe that something to do with the tool might come into play too.
No, great point. Yeah, there was 79, 80 to 182. 182 shooters, 4 got disqualified, and I placed third one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. There was 3 people below me plus the 4 DQs. but I didn't shoot hardly anything. The damn mags. There was a question that someone had asked about the mags, and I'm sorry I can't find it. Type it in again. But yeah, I haven't figured out what the problem was. I haven't even looked at my rifle since we landed, and basically I had a couple days before I had to fly back to work. So, oh shit, there's X-ray right there.
Well, there he is.
There he is.
Oh,
what's going on?
Well, I enjoyed the evening. How are you doing, Tim and Andy and Andrew and Ricky?
Are you at the parking spot where the Wi-Fi works good?
No.
He's down by the Bojangles.
Ooh, Bojangles.
Nope, I am not by the Bojangles. I am hiding.
Did anyone ask Rick to rattle can their custom rifles? Question mark. 45 auto. Actually, there was John Kreiderman wanted a paint job, so I don't know.
What is up,
What's
plus
up, 5? Who's RTT? That's Resist the Tyranny. His name's Matt.
Oh, speaking of Matt, let's see. There's a Matt right there.
Arcane. Hey, what up, Matt?
What up, Rick?
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man.
Man, you guys picked a spot where there ain't no light.
Yeah, it's I can get any more. Called outside.
Who else is out there? Is that
So let me guess there, Ray. It's about hot as hell where you're sitting, right?
No, not at all, actually. Oh, we have light.
It is up here in Maryland right now. It is still 92 degrees outside.
No, it's 70 something right here right now.
Oh my goodness.
92 in Maryland?
Oh, it is so hot. We've had 21 days in a row of 92 plus degrees. It's been hot. It's been too hot. Awful.
I was in Maryland today, matter of fact, for like an hour and a half. What's up, Andy? How you doing? Yeah, it was look at that hair. It just gets longer and longer.
You ain't lying. Hold on.
Corona Fro.
That's right. With no plans of getting it cut anytime soon.
Let it go. Let it grow. Let it grow. Let it grow.
You all right there, Rick?
Huh?
I know. All that.
You all right?
COVID cough.
I'm trying.
You got
Shit, as much as we've been flying, we would have got the whole country freaking sick if I had it. When's the next local 3-gun starting? I don't know. There's that one in Walnut Grove every like other Sunday or something. There's one KB just shot last weekend. I don't know which one that one was.
Did you guys see his the video of him in the shotgun with the plates? And he just went in and dominated those things. There were steel plates flying all over the place.
What's up, Casey? What's up, Junior? I'm in town. You and plus 5 ought to get together. Go eat lunch. Today's day 0 of 8. So come on by. Say hi.
I got videos out, man. I've got that Proof Conviction 6 Creedmoor. I'm going to try to break it in tomorrow. That'll be a good video. And then I got the 223 Ackley Improved. I'm going to try to throw some powder tonight for it and see how it does tomorrow.
Ooh, let me know how that runs.
I know. I can't wait to see that thing rock and roll.
Yeah, I threw a Night Force 4 to 16 on there with Trimmer 3, and yeah, I really want to see how that does tomorrow.
You didn't take that off Black Beauty, did you?
Oh no, that's off of a different rifle.
Mm.
Yeah, he's got 2 or 3 of them laying around.
Pull one there. But no, we'll see. I want to get Ella on the rifle tomorrow. I want to see how she does with it, and don't have any fire formed cases, so I'm going to shoot some 223 tomorrow. I'm just going to go ahead and load up some 8 ELDs, go ahead and fire form them, but it should still up in my way shooting regular 223.
Derby Pyro says that to Ray, it says, my 6-year-old daughter loves watching Mini X. I tell you what, those videos have done really well.
Right. Oh man, yeah. Thanks, Derby Pro. Yeah, she's enjoying it. She wants to definitely do more. So I think tomorrow maybe we'll put her on the long gun and see. It ended up being a little heavier than what I wanted for her, but it's not bad.
What's it weigh in at? Do you know?
17 pounds.
Whoa.
That's
light for a PRS gun.
I don't know. After you climb that thing with the hill with the sandbags and all the other stuff, you're like, did this thing gain weight?
Well, I mean, I'm
hiking.
That thing's 20 pounds.
Yeah, your rifle is. My new one's going to be heavy as heck. I'm going to have helium balloons to carry that thing around.
Yeah, Ramsey Country, that's exactly what I was going to use, is somewhere between 24.5 to 25 grains of Varget. The actual, I know that I can push 25.5 with 90s, but look, guys, I learned a lot at that PRS match. I guess my biggest takeaway from it was do a lot with less. You don't need all the fancy gear and all this other crap and everything else. All you need is a game changer. You need a heavy rifle with a heavy barrel, with an Arca Swiss chassis. That's all you need, in a Kestrel, and you're in business. And mags that run.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. I think I would have been better off single feeding those dang things.
Yeah, I was actually wondering why. Somebody asked the question, where did the pros in your squad finish up? I had one that finished 8th, really, really good shooter. He finished 8th overall in the match, and he shared a lot of information with me. He actually shared some bags with me. That's where I got that huge pump pillow from. And he was like, hey, anything I got, if you want to borrow it, you can. He didn't wear a jersey. He was the most down-to-earth guy that you could meet. He used a single game changer for 90% of his shooting. He just set it up, made a shot, moved it to the next one. Didn't even have it attached to the rifle.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the pros doing that.
Yep.
And that's why they're called pros.
Yeah. They were complaining pros the first day, though. That wind was rocking and rolling.
Yeah, there were quite a few guys on my squad saying that this should not have been a 90-second part-time, that it was too tight, it was too difficult, but everybody was on the same playing field, so what difference does it make, you know? I mean, even if you don't get all your shots off. And that's the thing. A lot of the pros did not get all the shots off. If there were 15 available targets, like stage 1, most guys only got 12 shots off. Yeah. What about in your squad, Rick? On stage 1, you know, the one.
Yeah, I know Keith had gotten, I think, 12 off.
Yeah, I think 12 was the highest score. They said nobody even had time to make it to 15.
Yeah, between those, on the second portion of the barricades they were tight, where you had to like kind of feed your rifle in there, so it slowed you down a lot. Not that I got over there, because I never made it over there, but I was watching.
What rifle platform was he using? I don't know. With the ZPD Survival, you're all slave to the dollar. Either way, y'all can take care of him. What rifle platform was he using? He was using an XLR chat. No, that was the other pro that was on my squad, which he finished right behind him. But I saw XLR chassis with like a 26 or 28 inch barrel. Most of them were shooting 6- or 6 GT. Night Force 5 to 25s, believe it or not. And that's pretty much it.
And a lot binoculars over spotting scopes.
One had binoculars with a rangefinder mounted to it, and then the other one was actually running a Swarovski spotting scope. That's it. They had no other gizmos or gadgets.
Wow.
Got this in the mail today.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's an eagle.
Believe it or not, I have Rick's. I have mine. I have not had a chance to use it yet, because we had all the stuff for this match. But have you used yours?
No, I just got it today. I'm gonna hope to get out to the range this weekend and try it out, see how it works. I did get it fired up and connected to it with my phone and everything.
Nice.
That was easy enough. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, I will be doing another PRS match for sure. I've already pulled up all the local matches, not local, but like the PRS series. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good time. Don't you be grinning over there, Rick. Hashtag still a dick.
Hashtag your dick. No, it'll be fun. I'm glad you like it. I think I'm really looking.
I didn't say I liked it. I said I'm going to do another one.
Oh, shut the heck up! You know it. If you didn't have fun this time, you're not. You know, if you didn't figure it out already, you can only do better. I know I can only do better.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
I got nowhere to go but up. And
can't fall off the floor, brother.
That's right. Look at this.
You got a fortune cookie.
I got a fortune cookie. I had Chinese.
Enjoy life.
You will live long time and enjoy life. So I don't have to worry about COVID. I don't got to worry about anything. I'm good. So
I don't think we have to worry about that anyways.
Does the new antenna extend the range? I believe it does.
Yes. I think you're supposed to be good out to 400 plus yards.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be interested. We'll finally get to use it. We had one, but we didn't really get much time to mess with it. In bed, Jerry Parker says. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, now, I will tell you, Plus 5 asked me if those rounds that I loaded for the match made a difference, and they did. They were crap. And where I struggled the most were on the smaller, like the MOA targets. If they were a little bit larger, it was a whole lot easier, of course. But I already knew that going into it. I was just glad to get the hits that I got. It was good.
Is Matt
over 100 steals? I think I mentioned this to you guys. There were 215 available steals. The number one shooter got 172. So that's about an 80% hit ratio, and I got 102. So I was good with that.
And I got 2, pretty much.
You know what? I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you for only hitting 2 because I wasn't there. You did better than I would have or did. And you did what 99.999% of shooters have never done.
Yeah, and you know what? I got great people out here saying good things, so
absolutely,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, conservative sniper hunter. This is a great question. He says, if I am going to get into PRS, what rifle platform would you set up? I have been giving this a lot of thought, and it probably won't be too far away either. I think I'm going to go ahead, and I got Matt over here listening intently because he's planning on getting into PRS as well. I'm going to go ahead and do an impact precision with a Bartlein barrel. I'll probably just go like a heavy Palma, and I'm probably going to stick. I really don't want to get into the GTs and Dashers, but it looks like that might be the way to go. The Creedmoor does really, really well, but I think the less recoil. And that's the thing. These guys aren't shooting super fast rounds. They're shooting these 105s and 108s and keeping it somewhere around 28, 50 feet per second. So it's not like they're trying to do, crazy, 3,000 plus feet per second or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. I tell you what, and they're pretty close. What's up, Tim?
That was down where you guys live. Is it a precision rifle series or is it the National Rifle League or you guys got both?
I seen both. I think.
Yeah.
There wasn't much of that. NRL, I couldn't.
Yeah, mostly precision rifle series, PRS, or what I've been seeing.
Okay, yeah. That's the one that we've got. It's about an hour and a half away from me south. That's the one I'm going to go down. Is it? I think not this weekend, but next weekend they've got a tournament down there. So I'm going to go down, check it out, see if the way they're shooting their style will be something that I can do with my lung issue. And as long as that is, then I'll try to jump in. They do a match there every month, and it's I guess they've got like a regional series where you can go and compete every month, and it goes from like June, July, whatever, all the way to the next spring, and then it's almost like a bowling league where you total up your scores and everything for the entire series, and then they have some kind of an awards thing.
Oh, nice! Like
based on
a
full season of shooting.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. Yeah, because you're always gonna have a bad day.
You're always gonna have a bad day, but we also have bad weather here too in Indiana. So, I'm assuming there could be some times where you're gonna be shooting in this hot weather, sometimes in rain, sometimes in the snow.
I do not miss the Midwest as far as the weather goes.
I think I know exactly where you are.
Yeah, I'm at Matt's house.
Oh, then I didn't know exactly where you were. I saw the light in the back, and I thought that was up by the chicken coop.
Oh, no.
He's just there for the Wi-Fi.
Matt's having cocktails, I can tell. What's up, Mr. Matt? Get your ass over here.
Sniper Hunter said, Cope, I'm a diehard Night Force guy. I would probably go with like a 5 to 25. I'm not. Look, I love that 7 to 35. I know a lot of people, if you look on the PRS blog, they say it's the #1 scope in PRS. The thing's just dang huge, man. It's huge. And I don't need that kind of power. I never used it. The max power I was on ever was 12, with the average being around 10, 11 power. So why would I go any higher, bigger objective and all that? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe the 4 to 16 is perfect.
Did you guys see that somebody made like a 3,850 some yard shot this last week?
Yes, I saw that.
What was that on?
416 Barrett.
416 Barrett, yeah.
Huh.
Took them like 69 attempts before they finally hit it. So it's like over 3 miles, I think.
Yeah.
That's
ridiculous shot. Ridiculous.
Yeah. I hate to keep butting in, but this is a really good question. Some of these are questions that are really good. He says the less recoil, better. He hits and misses is a big advantage. With the 6 Creedmoor, could you see your impacts and misses? Absolutely, I could. I think, I was trying to chase velocity, and it did help on the wind calls. But I don't think the trade-off is worth it. I think I need to go down in the charge, shoot a little softer round like everybody else was doing. I'd be able to see even better, but there's no recoil on that 6mm Creedmoor. And then
your barrel would last a little longer too, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's kind of what I plan on trying to do when that rifle shows up.
Hey, with the dash, you don't have to cut it. Yeah. But I do have the 6 arc coming. That's already working, being in the works right now in a bolt gun, nonetheless. Ooh. I talked to Eagle Eye. He got a Dave Manson ringer. Go ahead and have that up in a Bartland. Bartland was already ordered today, and we'll see how that does. Like I said, it's too similar to a 6 PPC for it not to do well. Who knows? Maybe that'll be a new PRS cartridge.
That would be cool because the barrel would last forever, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would be nice if we didn't have to swap barrels every damn 1,100 rounds or whatever.
I'll tell you one thing, that 6 arc would be a hell of a lot of fun in a little bolt gun.
That's what I'm doing, but this is not going to be a little bolt gun, but yeah.
I mean, you build something light and, well, or you shoot much differently than I do, obviously. Something light, handy, but accurate, and something with capability. That would be just a lot of fun to me.
Yeah.
Be a good time for sure.
Rick, did you mention that all the parts and pieces were in finally for your
Yeah,
rifle?
he's got. I haven't seen the latest pictures, but he has all the parts. I believe he ordered 3 mags yesterday for it. 2 10s and 1 12-round mag. And then some little fancy gizmo gadget stuff, and then he should be shipping it out. Probably, I don't know exactly when, probably maybe a couple weeks. I don't
But the
know.
action's in that the Curtis action.
Curtis action, yep.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm going to go ahead and recommend to anybody that's watching that's wanting to get into PRS. You definitely want 12-round mags. Want to have that capability. That's not possible with the AW mags. There is no way to make that into anything more than 10. It is what it is. And I attempted to do that by laser welding I basically cut 2 AI mags and laser welded them. But the problem is just it tilts too much. So it'll feed about 8 perfectly, and then it'll kind of hang up. So yeah, it ruined 2 magazines, but it would have been well worth it if it would have worked. And the work turned out beautiful. I just think I'm gonna have to play around with some springs. We laser welded some different springs together, try to get that to work. To essentially make a 20-rounder. But there were a lot of stages that were 12 rounds. That meant you had to do a mag change. Well, the times were so tight. I think I even posted a video where I do a reload and I'm like, I just throw my hands up. I'm done. I knew there was like 5 seconds left, so why even mess with it? And a lot of guys run. Matt and I were talking about this tonight. A lot of guys run the AW mags over the the AXMC mags. Yeah, the AICS mags, and because of less feed issues. Matter of fact, the pro guy, that's actually what he was doing with his. He was using AX mags.
Is that the double stack?
Yes, it was the double stack, double feed.
Yeah.
Not going to like the Magpul AICS.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they just got to cut the ramps for it.
Well, they still work better than the Tika mags, apparently.
Hell, this Coke bottle works better than the Tika mags did.
Oh, that's too bad. Of all the things to give you heartburn.
I know.
So, Rick, the next match.
I don't want any of your 80W90.
Get one of these little Oilers with some 80W90 in there.
If I would have had oil, it would have been 10 times
That'll
worse.
take care of all the problems.
Just add more oil, right?
I hear that a lot. I wish I would have tried the dry lube, though. That might have worked. I don't know. When I get back, actually, my rifle's at Ray's right now. When I get back, I'm going to try to...
It was. I done sold that.
Oh, good. I want half.
Hope you got at least $5 for it.
I want half.
$15.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
That tree fitty.
And you should have seen what I got for that razor, too, because he was looking for a scope. He's got one now.
Hey, Rick, I know I've been looking for that scope, so thank you. I appreciate it.
He paid a bucket
of Bojangles for it.
I like that. He's like, you the dumbass sold it to me in the first place.
Yeah, I bought it off Matt. He said, "Oh, I'm not going to shoot anymore."
Hey, he wants me to go ahead and place the order for that Night Force. He's ready. He's like, I'm ready. Let's do it. So he's going with the 7 to 35. I'm like, dude, just go with the 5 to 25.
That's like a
Coming for you, Rick.
I know. I need to steal Tim's scope.
Does Night Force even have anything in stock?
I'm sure I can get my hands on a couple.
Well, okay. Yeah, you, of course.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some Chinese night farces for sale if you need one of those.
Yeah, just check Amazon, right?
So Plus 5 said run a 10-round mag with a 2-round shot saber and single feed the last 2. That sounds good in theory, and that's exactly what I did. I had a 2-round shot saber on the right side, And the problem is you're so rushed for time anyway, and almost everyone had like a 5-second warning. So yeah, that would have been tough. It would have been tough.
Yeah,
Is
here's
anybody shooting a semi-automatic gun out there?
3 people, or wasn't there 4?
Peterson, who shoots for the AMU, and he won first place in gas gun division, but even so, he didn't finish that well compared to the top bolt gun guys.
Got it.
And I don't know this for a fact. I don't know Peterson. I don't want to diss him or anything like that. It was somewhere maybe 40th or something like that. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of guys are going to argue this ad nauseum. You cannot be competitive with a guy compared to this kind of game we were at. I mean, come on, the AMU guys are some of the best. They really are. Those guys, they get paid to do that every single day, and he's one hell of a shooter. But when he's finishing, 30, 40 places behind the top bolt gunners, that should tell you something. It's not the same. Rate of fire was good on the mover. My understanding was, and I didn't see it, was that he was able to hit that mover 5 times in between the orange.
Oh shit! Nice.
So so we're gonna pretend my finger is the mover. You couldn't shoot it until it got to here because there was an orange line on the rock, and then you couldn't shoot it when it was past here because there was another orange line. Everything else, that was its time to slow down and go the other direction. So you'd engage, no more engaging. Same thing again. Well, he hit it 5 times while it was in that short span. Fastest I saw anybody do it on a bolt gun was like 3. But is that the only advantage? Yeah, probably.
Yikes.
You did pretty good on the moving target, didn't you?
I did, except I was impacting high. So I was hitting, and then it was impacting high. And I said, wait a minute. And so I missed like 3 in a row, and then I hit the rest afterwards once I started holding low on that little fox. It was a really thin fox, but he was wide. It was a
double coyote head.
What's that?
It was a double coyote head.
Yeah, that's it. It looked like a fox to me, but either way. It looked like something out of Greek mythology where you had a 2-headed animal out there.
Oh, jeez.
That's what it was, actually. I'm trying to figure out what it came up as. It's not TA, right? Tactical? It's not tactical. Yeah, they must have called it something else. It must have been TA or
Just
SA.
look for Peterson. If I leave my screen, I'll lose the chat. So.
Now, Rick, did you rattle can the Arca rail already?
No, I haven't had time to do it.
Rick came back and did not want to look at a firearm. Rick was like, I am done with this for the next little bit. I got my fill. It's like leaving dinner and saying, I just overdid it. He didn't want anything to do with it.
I think it was one of the videos on after day one. You were talking to somewhere. Rick was in there. You kind of had that 1,000-yard stare. I couldn't tell if you were just like beat tired or dehydrated or.
I was both. I was all sorts of stuff. I was mentally exhausted, physically exhausted, and I was beat. What's up, Tobacco Bro? I got my hand it to me.
Hey, Patriot, this is a really good question probably for Andrew, but different bullets, when you're talking about different profiles, they're going to have different rates of twist. You're typically not going to see a 308 with a really, really fast twist. I mean, 1 in 10 is good, or 1 in 11.5. But when you get in the 6.5 Creedmoors, you typically are going to have a faster twist rate, like that 1 in 8. I don't know. Maybe he has a better way of explaining that. But yeah, you don't see. Yeah, it's just like the old 223s. Nobody wants to buy one that's got a 1 in 12 twist because it won't stabilize anything other than like a 50 grainer, and that's about it.
Well, that's it. That bingo.
Yeah.
Let's not get complicated here. 1 in 10 twist has been a pretty standard 30 caliber barrel twist for a very long time. It shoots everything from the 120s to the 200s just fine, right? And in the 6.5, it just is what it is. They need a little faster twist. That's it. Done.
Thank you, Andrew.
El Gato Grande.
Hola, El Gato Grande. The big cat is here.
He is. He's actually in Idaho
Nice.
right now, or at least he was last night. He went and visited a good buddy of mine who lives up there now. He actually works for Boise Fire, and then he went and visited some other friends of ours that are just moved to Idaho not too long ago. So that's pretty cool. So he's out cruising with his family. How many miles did we hike during the match?
Not far at all.
How many?
Not far at all.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you, it was difficult for a lot of people just because I don't think PRS has ever been one of those games where there's a lot of physical activity in between stages. But, you know, it's a far cry from doing a 30-mile or 40-mile ruck match, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't one of those matches.
Yeah, we're a little too old for that crap.
Hey, no, we're not.
Not according to Ray.
Hey, yeah, I am. I'll speak for me. I am.
You're like, yep.
Come on, we're all about the same age on this forum.
Pretty
I'm
much.
too, so. What's up, Eagle Eye Shooting?
Crying out loud, I got bunions that are 20 years old.
Yeah, I got some.
Don't even talk about that. Oh, geez. Rick got a lesson about my bunion on my foot. What's up, Eagle Eye?
Yeah, we're real tough gun people until we start talking about bunions, and then it just goes downhill from there.
You have to learn about onions in the hotel room. Speaking of hotel rooms, how was that hotel room in was it Salt Lake you guys were in?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that was bad.
It was the best I had all day.
Man.
Well, the only
$70.
well, it had beds and it had a shower, and that's probably all you cared about.
That's yeah, I needed a shower bad.
That
Man,
was it.
And it was 5.5 hours less driving, so that was huge.
Well, when we used to go out to Front Sight, there was a hotel casino called the Westward Ho in Pahrump, Nevada.
Pahrump. Yep, I know.
Yeah, you bet. And we used to stay at the Westward Ho. Not the greatest place on earth, but I'll tell you what, after a long day of doing what we were doing, didn't make any difference. Doesn't make any difference.
That's right. All you need is a pillow and a shower.
Pillow and a shower and a bottle of Jack Daniels.
How many dents did we put in the rental? One, actually.
The Rock did that from the 1 hour long drive down the gravel road.
Yeah. We
Did
got
you
lucky
guys
on that.
start driving down a gravel road and go, oh my God, I hope we're doing this right?
No, we were just following the trail of dust that everybody else was leaving.
There you go.
Yeah, it was easy. They had signage out. Actually, it was pretty simple. It's pretty easy to find.
So you were mentioning something in one of the videos about they had some speed limits on those gravel roads, or
yeah, when you're next to the ranch houses,
yeah.
a couple of things they wanted you to slow way down.
Like way down.
To the point, if they caught you going over 15 miles an hour, you were going to get DQ'd from the match.
Yikes.
So that was only like around structures and stuff, right? Not in the open. Okay.
Yeah, because you were driving around the middle of just cattle fields, really. I mean, like 270,000 acres of cattle fields.
That's big country out there.
My great grandparents moved out to the territory of New Mexico and were homesteaders, and they got 40 acres, but I can't imagine 200 and some thousand acres. They must have amassed that from people that had homesteaded out there or something. And
Actually, that was owned by the Latter-day Saints. The Church of Mormon owns that property, from what I was told.
really,
That's what I heard too.
they're pretty big. They're pretty big. You know, they own Ancestry.com. That's all owned by the church.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Genealogy is one of the big things that the Latter-day Saints do.
Bill says any long-range shooting events in the East Coast. Yeah, we're gonna find a few.
Runs,
The other
actually.
day.
If this crap doesn't calm down, we're going to have a lot of mid and short range shooting events real soon. Anyhow.
Gun Chick live last night. Patriot. No, didn't see that. Only hotel I ever refused to stay in was a place in Florida. It legit looked like the one from Revenge of the Nerds with chickens in the pool. Crime scene tape.
So I'm going to tell you a story about Florida. And I used to live down there. And if you ever go traveling somewhere and they ask you if you want to see the room, it's probably not someplace you want to stay at. We did that one. Went over to Daytona, and it literally looked like there was a chalk line still on the floor from a dead body. It was horrible. And we went on down the road to the next one. But it's always hit and miss when you get around those beach hotels and stuff. And so
that's the clue, huh?
Yeah, if they ask if you want to see the room first,
here's another good sign for you. I hate to interrupt you, but I used to do a lot of business travel until this COVID thing hit, and I've been all over the country. If there's a Waffle House, not saying anything bad about Waffle House, okay? If there's a Waffle House attached to the hotel, do not stay there. I'm just saying.
Amen.
The Ramada Inn, Huntsville, Alabama, don't do it. That's all I'm saying.
Waffle House is known to attract some people at 3 o'clock in the morning or whenever the bars close in the local area. That and Denny's, they tend to both be a little.
Okay, so there's some telltale signs when you go to a hotel room. You look for dents on the door, because that's usually when cops are visiting this place. They use their flashlight, and if you see a bunch of dents on the metal door, it is probably not a good area. What had me concerned was the fact that the door jamb had been replaced, like, no kidding, guys, 4 or 5 times. The whole entire door jamb was ripped out. It was stuccoed, or they used Bondo or plaster or something. And all of the door latches on the door were busted off. There were like 4 holes. If you go back and look at that video, you can see where old door latches were replaced.
Oh my God.
So what we did, and I kid you not, we took all the rifle cases and all the luggage and stacked it up against the door. That was like 250 pounds of stuff in front of the door. That would at least give us that extra second of somebody trying to kick and it not working the first time. But yeah, that was not a good place.
How'd that 6 Creedmoor work at room's length?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yikes. Snap on your red dot.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, I've got some traveling stories in hotels. Oh my God. I've flown like 1.75 million miles in the air in my career, and I've stayed in an awful lot of hotels. If it can happen, I've seen it. It's bad out there, man. It's bad.
Yeah, but somebody did put it in perspective for us, though. As bad as we have in the U.S., if you compare it to all the places in the world, we do have it pretty well. Some people would love to have a hotel room like that as a place to stay. Yeah. And so we are very fortunate.
Still nothing like traveling to Israel, Ray.
Yeah. Where did Ricky go?
Probably to go make some iced tea.
What are you looking at, Matt? Next rifle build? I think you guys are going to see Matt quite a bit on PRS. He was actually wanting to get on this bandwagon before any of us. It's just it's taking him longer to finally decide what he wants as far as an optic and everything else.
Derby Pro, you hit the nail right on the head.
I'll be right back. These guys are counting narcs. Hold on.
Yeah, I agree with you, Derby Pro. We pulled the sheets back.
Oh.
And I looked at my bed. He looked at his bed, and he was like, "What the?" It was a big old black lint ball. It wasn't a bug, but yeah, that was the first thing I checked. But you know, you're not going to see a bed bug in there. I was like, "Geez, what do I do here? I just sleep in my clothes." Chris Smith, I did get my rifle. I actually received it today, and I am going to let Ella Mini X shoot it tomorrow. I'll shoot it as well, and I'm looking forward to that. Been anticipating this build, so it'll be a lot of fun. I hope.
Well, at least you got the right channel on behind you, Rick.
Is that CNN?
Yeah, right.
Oh, MSNBC.
No politics. It's bad. It's bad out there, guys.
Couple more minutes. These guys are figuring it out.
64.
X-Ring, are you going to join Rick and Coda Boy for the next 3-gun in your state? I am shooting in the Pro-Am next. I actually just got my squat. Hey, guess who I am shooting as my teammate for the AM, Rick? Because we didn't get to pick. He can't hear you. You're muted.
I know, but you know I said who.
Who? I am shooting with Megan Klein. Yeah, so I have that one. So I don't know if Rick and KB are in that one. And then I'm shooting Memorial 3-gun, which that'll be out towards Fort Bragg and all of that. And then other than that, it's going to be long gun. The Sniper's Unknown.
If it stays Fort Bragg.
Yeah. I heard
I don't know
about all
if Coda
that.
Boy put a video out saying I'm shooting 3-gun, but I'm not shooting 3-gun with. I'm shooting the Unknown Sniper Challenge with Coda Boy, not a 3-gun match.
Yeah, Coda Boy says they have 3-gun matches every month in your state. No, they have one every weekend in my state. And I kid you not, from where I live, they have Walnut Grove that runs on the last Saturday of the month. Then you have Carolina West that runs like the 3rd Saturday of every month. Then you have the one that the Longs put on. It's like the 2nd Saturday of the month. I mean, there's one every weekend. Sand Hills, I don't know when that is. Rick would know that. Of course, he's still muted.
They're counting meds behind him.
Gotcha. Yeah, Chris Smith, I will do a video tomorrow, and I also have that proof conviction in 6 Creedmoor I've got to break in, so I'm hoping to get that on the range. That's a good setup. That one was ordered with 2 6mm Creedmoor barrels, and it's a proof build. It's about 2 months waiting on it, and it's got a 7-35 with a spur, and some pretty cool stuff on it.
That thing ought to shoot lights out.
It should.
It's got all the potential.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. It would be a good ruck gun, but for PRS, it would be a horrible gun, because even with the Night Force and everything else, I mean, it's a carbon fiber chassis. It weighs in right at the bare gun is 7 pounds.
Oh boy!
So I think with the Arca rail and everything that was added, brings it up to about 12.5, about 13 pounds, and that would be a little too light for, I think, PRS use. I mean, yeah, could you make it work? But yeah, you could, but it's not going to be optimal for that.
Hey, Ray.
Yes, sir.
Would you you're out there at that Straight Jacket Firearms out there? What'd you think about that? I watched some of his videos. They look pretty cool.
Okay, I will tell you, Nick with Straight Jacket Armory, they have their stuff together, no doubt. They got the money and the equipment. They do a lot of volume, and they have the biggest inventory of actions and barrels I've ever seen in my life at one place.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say, do you have this action? He had, you guys know how long Rick was waiting for this action. He had a couple of them just sitting on the shelf. It's like, which one you want? The Axiom? You want this? He had everything.
Everything, man.
Everything, man.
He
Very
had
unassuming place.
everything.
You wouldn't know it's a gun shop. It started off as one little building, and then they took over the next place, and they took over the next place. So it's a whole like commercial strip building that has all that equipment in it. And I think he says he does what they cut 1,700 chambers last year. I mean, they get it done, no doubt about it.
Wow.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
They don't have a lot of videos.
They got all the tools, and they do a good job.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of videos on their YouTube channel, but what they did have was pretty cool.
All right, you guys need to get the hell out of here now. You're out of control.
You're disturbing the chief.
They're like, he ain't no chief. He's the cook.
Chief cook.
I'm the chef. All right. Damn, enough
right
back.
Oh.
You had mentioned something about
Chris Smith, that muzzle brake talking about that you looked up, that was actually designed by Nick's son, I believe.
Oh, muzzle brake. I have to install one tomorrow. Crap. Forgot about
Tool
that.
washers or squishy?
Nah, squishy. We're going to go squishy on this one. No big deal.
6.5 Creedmoor. What's up, Brian Sim?
Just make sure you get your 80W90 oil.
You need at least 2 ounces of 80W90. Go ahead and
some duct tape and ball bearings.
Yep, chrome muffler bearings. You gotta have chrome muffler bearings.
Yep.
Yeah. So conservative sniper says, how is it that you didn't know about those guys? Guys, if it wasn't for the fact that Hornady used them as the FFL transfer people and a location to ship your ammunition, I would have never heard about those guys. And like I said, we walked in and they treated us like family. They really did. They were like, what are you guys doing? It's like, nothing. We had nothing to do this afternoon. You want to go to our private range? Yeah. You want to shoot some prairie dogs? Oh, I don't know if you guys heard about this. Well, I've never shot a prairie dog. Neither has Rick. That was kind of like on our thing to do. So we go out to this private range. We're shooting at these targets at 1,100 and something yards. And Nick comes by. I was like, dude, where are all these freaking prairie dogs at? And he's like, well, there's one right there. And it was literally in front of us about 55 yards. And I was like, okay, well, I wasn't looking for one right here in front of me like a dog.
I don't have the dope to shoot it at 55 yards.
I actually did have the dope for that, but then some guy on the side who was taking his pistol and taking pot shots at the thing, and of course they'd pop down and then they come over here and then pop back up. It was the funniest thing. We never shot it. We never even attempted to shoot at one. And then he was like, "You want to come over to the house for a crawfish boil?" And it was just, man, it was an awesome time. It really was. Those guys were very, very accommodating.
Maybe they'll send you some gear and you can review it on the channel and help out their business a little bit. But by the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like they need much help.
No, I actually did a video, and and it did okay. And he said, "Hey man, if you want me to do you a build," he goes, "and you want to put it on the channel or something," he goes, "I'll help you out with it." And that's okay. I've already got a contact, and I'd like to use those guys, but I got somebody else that I'll debut his build tomorrow. Well, I'll just talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. That's one way to say that. Which is good. I like that. I like the way it installs no crush washers. Another Area 419 coming, but thinking about picking one up. Yeah, you really liked that break, didn't you?
I'm reading. Well, what was the question?
Bill Shadrick's got an answer or a question there about getting into PRS, giving it a try, and whether or not you should buy a used rifle. If I'm reading that properly.
it doesn't matter if it's used or not. You just need to make sure you've got dope. You're going to need some type of ballistics app. I don't care if you use Streetlock Pro or whatever, but you got to be able to have a way to come up with your dope quickly. I don't know what the average range of a normal PRS match is shot at, but I will tell you, this one we shot was no joke. It's like Rick said, there were 2 stages that started at 800.
Yeah.
Well,
that was my second stage, and now I was the first one up.
Hey, Bill, if you're gonna buy a used, if you're gonna buy a used precision rifle and you want to shoot like a PRS or whatever, you're gonna have a lot of money on the table for entry fees, whatever. If you're gonna buy a used gun like that, I would definitely want to try it before I buy it, and make sure the thing groups and make sure it's not clapped out. Make sure the barrel's not shot out. Just my 2 cents worth.
Don't buy somebody else's problem.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of money on the table. You'd be, cry once, buy once, definitely applies sometimes.
Yeah, Eagle Eye's spot on there. First round impacts are key. Yeah, because at some targets you're only allowed 1 shot. So you can't be all, oh man, I was so close. All I needed to do is this. Nope. Game over. On to the next target.
This is so not my game anymore.
Time to get in it.
I can't see for shit anymore.
Shit.
That's why you have a scope.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will tell you, I saw a thing on Facebook today that was posted by GA Precision. George Gardner, I believe, is the owner of GA Precision. They were doing a bundle. It was 15 power Bushnell binoculars with the little single mount perch to go on top of a tripod, with the Kestrel Sportsman, which has applied ballistics, with some type of pocket knife, and it was $599. That's insane.
What?
Yep.
I need a Kestrel.
You need a Kestrel. I don't
$70. Andrew.
Yes, sir.
That's like $70-$80, and it's a Bluetooth. It takes all that same information and drops it right into Streetlock.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it's something to start out with, because instead of going with a Kestrel right off the bat.
Yeah, as long as you have something to give you some.
Okay, let me chime in on that. I don't want to contradict you, Tim, but I'm going to chime in on that.
Sure.
Be careful using your phone and a bunch of other electronics unless it's something like a Kestrel that's really hard use tested, because every time I've seen someone do that and they weren't paying attention, especially like where we were located, you leave that phone down for just a minute and it overheats, and all of a sudden you have no data until that thing can cool down. It actually happened on a few stages with the ROs. They were just holding the iPads. The sun was hitting on it, went into over temp, and they had to wait 5 minutes before they could put any scores in. I've seen that happen on phones a ton. So just be careful with that. That's all.
Or service.
Yeah, get hot. I can tell you, for using the Kestrel for 2 days nonstop, basically, every time I turned it on, it said the battery was 100%. So that thing did a good job of not eating battery. I have no idea how long it'll last. What?
They'll last forever on a good set of batteries.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't even drop by 1%, which is pretty damn awesome.
You guys have got to remember, I don't really do a whole lot of long range shooting anymore at all.
Ray, I found another app that I like. I can actually see this shit. Look how big the numbers are.
Oh, you can actually see.
Yeah, I'm like, look at that. It's 2035 right now.
My numbers are huge on this thing.
At least I can tell it's July 17th.
I can tell what time it is from my old eyes.
Mine's not a gizmo.
Tim, you don't wear a watch?
No, not normally.
Oh my God.
I stick
How
my
many-
hands into electrical stuff a lot, and so I don't wear rings and
How many of you guys sleep with your watch on? Anybody out there in the comment section? I do. I can't sleep without a watch. I think. Well, Andrew used to be a fireman too, so
That's right.
that's probably a reason why.
Yeah, we eat fast and we wear watches to bed,
That's right.
and you keep your clothes next to the bed.
And I don't know if you guys. I probably said it on another live chat, but this when I was out here last round for 12 days, my watch was dead like 4 days. For my last 4 days, I didn't take it off because it just feels weird not having it on there.
Yep.
Yeah, Kenny, this watch is ballistics capable, but I mean, when you got a Kestrel, you're not going to use your watch.
Bill, no, I'm not selling my stuff. I'm just getting into it. I do got one more right. I'll sell you some Tika mags that aren't working very well right now. No, I'll get those figured out.
You'll probably wind up putting that gun in a new chassis.
Actually, I enjoy that chassis. It works well. The only thing that didn't work was
Except the mags.
damn mag.
Mags.
If I did put it in a different chassis, though, I could run different mags if that ends up being
Exactly.
the problem. How many stages would you say a puff pillow was invaluable? Probably only, I think, 2, 3.
2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, there was 2 where you could have.
Now, hold on. How big is a puff pillow? Because, see, Rick and I took ones that were about this big, and I used that quite a bit.
about that
Somebody
big.
says a puff pillow. They had the big ones, and I used that twice, and that was really helpful.
Hey, Mr. Ray.
He's about that big.
Well, what happened to his hair?
Wheaties.
Oh, there he is.
Get the My Pillow guy to make you guys PRS pillows.
Oh, geez, he's got 2.
Holy hell. It's an Elmo fest. I actually brought that little silly rat, but I didn't really do any video with him.
So you should have hung him on your gun. He would have as a good luck charm.
You know what? It wouldn't have hurt me any.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Hey, Chris, we did touch on this just a minute ago, but Peterson actually, who shoots for the AMU, actually won the gas gun division. And even so, he was still, I think, 30th or 40th place. So gas gun is not the way to go. I don't care what anybody says.
That's what I was looking for.
You know, when you get up to that level, Ray, it's really interesting. Before you popped on, I had made the comment that from where you finished in the dead middle of the pack or middle-ish of the pack to the top of the pack, it was probably pretty tight, right?
Very tight. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Because everybody is shooting at that level, yourself included. It comes down to very small things, right? And this is where you find the problems with the ammo. You find the problems with the equipment. You know, the guys that are pulling these triggers in the top 20 or top 30 or top 40 or top 50 out of 200 shooters, you guys are all machines. You know what you're doing. So that's where you're going to start ranking out your equipment and figuring out what works, what doesn't work. And if you're telling me a gas gun doesn't work, it don't work.
Yeah, and like I said, you got to remember, you know, somebody said, well, that plays higher than I thought it would. You also have to remember there's an AMU guy behind that trigger, you know.
Best in the world.
And this is what they do every single day. These guys are recruited for that, you know. And it's the same way with the Marine Corps for their shooting team. You know, these guys go out looking for the best of the best. And if you're a junior shooter and you're trying to, you know, make your way in, I know a couple people like this. I think Rick knows who I'm talking about. There's been a couple that these were really good up-and-coming junior shooters, and they get to try out for the AMU team. If it's not a good fit, they're not going to be really, really competitive from the get-go. They're not even considered. Yeah, that's it.
So the military teams, are they do they go to boot camp and all that stuff, or is it like the Army
they still have to go through boot camp.
Pulled right out of active service.
Yeah, but their MOS, their job is to shoot. And that's it. And they'll go and represent the Army or, you know, the Marines and their rifle detachment or whatever, but they just go all over the world and shoot.
It's a recruiting tool.
I don't think we had one in the Navy because about the farthest we needed to shoot was from one end of the ship to the other. So
yeah,
we didn't have,
they'll bring in different guys for different specialties. So
damn big boats.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, well, this guy's a world champion, you know, skeet shooter. he'll probably stick with that, but they will try to get these guys to branch into other disciplines of shooting. And I think they're based out of Benning, if I'm not. Yeah, I know they are actually.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I mean, when Horner was there, right now you've got Joel Turner and I can't even pronounce his last name, Nastiskowitz, but all those guys. I mean,
Nastiskowitz.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Can they use tanks?
Yes.
They could, but
In the unlimited division only.
yeah, that's open division.
Open.
Yeah. No caliber limitations there.
None.
That's right. Carrying that up the hill's got to suck, though.
When I shoot down at Quantico, we shoot on the SAP range, the short range. That's where the Marine Corps shooting team. That's where they practice. It's a SAT range. Pardon me. And the Marine Corps shooting team guys, they're all active duty Marines. It's what they do.
Yep.
They go out there, they kick them loose with 3 or 4 cases of ammunition a day, go shoot. It's what they do all day, every day.
Yep.
And these guys are unbelievable.
They took, I think, all the top places in last Florida, that multi-gun match, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
the U.S. they had a huge showing there, and they cleaned house.
I think they took just about every damn prize there was.
Hey, listen, if you can run a 3-gun match 5 days a week as your job, and somebody else is buying your gear and your ammo, it's good. And you're young.
Yeah.
And you're young and you're quick and you got good eyes and you're top physical condition and this is what you do. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
This was not the first Hornady PRS match. This was actually the second. They will be doing it next year. They announced it at the match that there will be a third one next year. It'll probably be at the same venue. And I think they've got big shoes to fill, because they said because this was an Armageddon Gear Cup qualifier that the targets were smaller than they were last year. I know Rick heard that as well because there was a lot of people complaining about how difficult this match was.
I guess
we're all on the same playing field.
I guess we got to put that on the calendar for next year. See if I can do better than I did this year. That should be fairly.
Pretty high bar.
Hey, guys, listen, gas gun has its place. Before I get off this topic too much, because I know there's a lot of gas gunners that are watching this. I can do whatever a bolt gun can do. No, you're not either, but there's a place where a gas gun will outdo a bolt gun.
Yep.
And that is when you have multiple engagements on larger targets. And it is hard to beat that gas gun for that. But when you have really small targets, a really long ways, you're not going to beat that bolt gun. Not for first round impacts or anything like that. That's the way it is. And I've shot some really good gas guns. Gun tote Minnesota, and that's a great question. Have you ever seen someone run an AK and 3-gun? Yes, I have, and they never do well. Ever.
No, but they look cool as hell doing it.
And, and there's this little small group of guys that really want to do it just because they can. And that's what it's all about, going out there and having fun. But I've never seen one place even remotely well.
And there you go.
And there you have it.
Bolt gun all the way.
See Shota Boy's video today with that AK that he was shooting?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I said something about the trigger reset being pretty loud. I don't know if he got upset or not. He said something about that was the finest shooting trigger or something. But
yeah, they kill the shit out of
reset on the other side of the parking lot.
What the hell?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with an AK-47 if you're fighting somebody within 100 yards. Okay.
You know what? It's even. They have accuracy beyond that, but they're just not that competitive when it comes to that. I'm not dissing the round. I'm answering the question. Do you see guys shoot them in 3-gun? Occasionally, but you don't want to use that. There's a better tool for that.
That's true.
And on a practical note, if you are a gun person like we are, You really must know how to run one. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
I gotta wait for this call to go through.
Ray, you ever shot a Remington 7600 270 Winchester pump gun? Any good?
I have not. I've shot some Remington pump rifles, but not in 270. And I
shot
couldn't
that one.
answer the question on that if it's any good. That might be an Andrew question.
I can answer that one. It's a lot better than having the semi-automatic version of the same gun. If you want to hunt deer with it, enjoy it. It's good for about 2 shots. The third shot will open your group up to about 4 inches at 100 yards. That's about it.
Yeah, gun toting Minnesotan. Look, I believe you. I know that AK is good for man-sized targets, but that's what you got to realize. In 3-gun, when your target's at 600 yards, it's typically going to be about a 10-inch circle. So an IDPA is a huge target. Also, your follow-up shots, when you're double tapping on paper and you're going through a base stage, and let's say you've got 20 pieces of paper and you've got to shoot 40 rounds and you're double tapping as fast as you can, your splits, if they are as fast as an AR, they will not be as tight as an AR because you're dealing with a lot more recoil. It's just go and shoot a 3-gun with one. It's not a challenge. It's just shoot a 3-gun with one, see how good you do with it, and then shoot it with an AR, and you'll do better with it. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it.
Whatever blows your skirt up.
You know, at the end of the day, it don't matter. Just go do it. Have fun.
That's it.
It don't matter if you're using a bolt action at a 3-gun match. Just go shoot and have fun.
Yeah, and when you're talking about a game like that where split seconds, everything, I mean, you have no last round bolt hold, anything like that. It's your reloads. I mean, I've seen some really quick reloads with AKs. I think there's just a better tool for the job. That's all.
I think we can all agree whether you're using an AK or an AR, just don't put your muzzle in the mud. You'll be all right.
Oh, that was so wrong.
No. You can put it in the mud. Just make sure you smack the crap out of it so you can continue on.
Hey, gun-toting Minnesotan, I gotcha. Yeah, I've seen some phenomenally accurate AK-47s. Believe it or not, they can be really accurate at 100 yards. They can be pretty accurate guns.
Yeah,
but they're just not competitive in manual of arms or speed. If you're shooting and you want to play to win, you're not going to win. If you're shooting to have fun, go with God.
It's funny you guys mentioned this. I've got some type of AK I'm supposed to review. It's a 9mm. It's supposed to be modeled after some, I don't know, super secret squirrel thing that I guess the Soviets used or something. But it's a 9mm AK, and I don't even know enough about it. I've got to do some reading on it before I do the review. I'm not a huge AK guy, but I've had it since before we left the match, and it's sitting in the safe. I don't even know what it's called. It's just AK 9mm, and it's not the AKV from PSA either.
Which happens to be a fun little gun to shoot, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It is. I actually reviewed that with Rick.
A lot of fun.
Big Glock Daddy's asking about ammo being scarce. I've heard a lot, especially with reloading, like primers and powder, and just trying to find parts and pieces to even reload your own ammo's getting scarce. So I don't know how it is up where you guys are at, but
hey, Palmetto shows it in stock. If you buy 1,000 rounds at a time, it says in stock available.
How's the price though? Crazy?
It's like 50 cents a round or something.
Palmetto.
Hey, don't knock Palmetto.
Okay, so I'm going to leave this unnamed, but we stopped by a gun shop today. Myself and Sam, we were goofing off. And he sees this thing on the wall, and he's looking at it. And it's one of those Glock 17s and a Micro Roni chassis, right?
Yeah.
He goes, I like that thing. I mean, I already had the dot on it, everything else. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's a problem there. And he goes, what? And I was like, I looked at the owner of the store. I said, hey, where did you get this gun? And he goes, it's on consignment. I was like, you do know that's an NFA item, right? And he goes, huh? I said, it's got a folding stock and it's not a brace, it's a stock. And I actually had to pull it up for him. He goes, holy crap, dude. It's been hanging on the wall here for a couple of days. He goes, I would have sold that as a regular pistol. I was like, yeah, you can't do that.
Well, you just ruined it for somebody.
Hey, you know what? I was just trying to tell the guy, don't get in trouble.
Don't get in
lose your
trouble,
license over that.
Good thing it's local ATF representative.
So Ray,
Well,
you know
yes,
you
sir.
know what I do for a living.
Yep, I do.
And you know where the Rona came from, right?
Yep.
Okay, we'll talk later. Moving on.
Yep. And now it's under license for CAA, I think is who owns them now, or it's under license or whatever.
Yeah,
but
Israelis.
Yep.
I thought even the Glock store was selling those things.
Now they make a version that has a brace on it that is not an NFA item, but it doesn't fold. This one folded, and it was not a brace; it was a true stock. And I was like, yeah.
So if it's a brace, it can fold, but if it's a stock, it cannot. Is that
from CAA, the macaroni? And I just know the macaroni. I just know this, that if it folds, it is their stock version, which is an NFA requiring a $200 tax stamp. If you care about that kind of stuff, but I wouldn't own a gun store and just have it hanging on the wall as a regular pistol.
Probably bad idea.
Bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have been really bad for them.
Well, there's such a thing called a heat-seeking trouble missile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eagle says TCI
Israelis, weren't they the ones that made those guns that would fold around the corner and shoot?
Yeah, I've seen those where it'll actually shoot
corner shoot.
Corner shoot.
Corner shoot was what it was called. Yep.
Yeah.
And that was an Israeli thing too, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think they had a remote camera on the end of it as well.
They had a camera. The gun sighted through a camera.
Yep.
And it had a flashlight and a camera, and it would go either direction depending on which way you turn the handle, depending on what kind of corner you were turning. It's actually a clever deal.
Yeah. Yeah, all you got to do is throw an 18 in that thing. Trust me, I was looking at that macaroni. I was like, man, you put an 18 in that sucker, son, that right there would be a bad little platform.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
18 shots a second. People get into all sorts of weird trouble.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we just like messing with our crap. You got to figure out, you know what, this would be cool to put on here.
You know, I really wish there was like a license in the gun world. Like with me and ham radio, the license that I have allows me to rip into any kind of radio. I can work on it, mess with it, modify it, do whatever I want, as long as it keeps, and operates within the legal boundaries. I don't know why they can't do that with guns. Well, you can't do a little license to let you just do whatever you want.
It's called a 7, 10, and 11 with an SOT.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, then you can mess with whatever you want. You can make whatever you want, try whatever you want.
Well, yeah, but then they put all these restrictions on it, all these headaches and everything, and it'd just be simpler if they just say, here's this 35 question exam, give us $15 and you're good to go.
You mean $1,500 more than likely?
Oh, more like, here's the Constitution says I can do what I want.
That's right. It says to bear arms.
Speaking of constitutions, are you guys in around your areas? Are they doing these mandatory mask things now?
You mean these stupid ass things that I had to wear in the airplane for 5.5 stupid hours on the way to the day?
No, not not necessarily, at work or on private property going into the store, but actually where the government's now saying you have to wear a mask to be in public.
Yeah.
They
No.
Look at this. So here's how I cheated on the airplane. So hold on, let me show you guys how to cheat on the airplane. So see that little hole there, right? So if you get this just right, let's see which way they're gonna go. You can actually have a breathe hole, and it looks like you're like this, right? And then you can just breathe.
You did do it, didn't you?
Right?
We were talking about that on the plane.
But if you get it just right, nobody will see it.
I'm waiting for the CDC or the World Health Organization to start saying that you're going to admit COVID from your eyeballs, and you're going to have to do something there too.
Well, here's the new thing. People are coming down with listeria from wearing masks too much and rebreathing all this crap, right?
Yeah.
And all this bacteria is growing inside these masks. So this is all becoming a very interesting scam.
So there's back about 4 months ago, Good Morning America did a news report about how you shouldn't wear masks, and it was backed with medical science, had doctors and everything. And then all of a sudden, fast forward a few months later, now everybody has to wear masks, and I find it very frustrating because I kind of work not in the healthcare industry directly, but with the healthcare industry. And, and I've spent some time going in the military, and I know that those masks will not protect you from COVID. Yeah. The particles are too small and they go right through those. The only one that's even halfway decent is an N95 if it's properly fitted. And if you've got a beard or something like that, that's not going to happen.
That's right.
But I don't know. I think a lot of people, it's just
well, wait a minute. Do you remember when they said, "Oh, COVID's not airborne"?
Was that? I don't remember which week that was.
Oh, that was in the very beginning, and then it was airborne, and blah 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 blah, whatever.
This is insane. Sat on material for 2 weeks, and then it didn't.
This whole thing is just a total load of bullshit.
The governor's got diabetes. All the governors, they're all. So they got
all right. Well, you're going to find this interesting, Rick.
Hopefully.
Actually, everyone will. You know, my oldest daughter?
Yeah.
Tested positive yesterday.
Wow.
Yep. Sure enough. Now, we were in Utah and all that, but she works in the food service industry. Now, fortunately, she hasn't been staying at the house. And so I've had no exposure to her for, week and a half or so. But even when she was home, we don't see her. She just goes to her room and then leaves and goes to work. But
there's 3 battalion chiefs, right?
Yep.
And I'm one of them.
Yep.
Guess what the other 2 have?
COVID. So anyway, my wife works at the hospital, and anyway, they told her, do not come into work for 2 weeks.
Yep.
You were on quarantine. Done. The only thing they wanted to see was the positive result, and sure enough, I mean, she had the result. And
I think as soon as everybody gets it, just be normal.
Pretty sure that I had it back in December or January.
Yeah, me too, from SHOT Show.
Didn't go to SHOT Show this year, but I was doing other travel, and I was sicker than a dog.
Right, I think that was a different funk because I wasn't at SHOT Show, but I was going through it about that same time. I actually got tested for the antibodies through work, and I was negative.
Yeah.
So, there is nothing worse than the SHOT Show funk.
Yeah, that's just Las Vegas funk. Anytime you spend.
Yeah, but I've been to every SHOT Show for I don't know how long, and this was the worst case of anything I've had in a while too. I know, LZ, I'm supposed to be quarantined now too, and of course I'm over here at a buddy's house. You see how that works?
Is your daughter symptomatic, or is she just fine?
She's got tears.
She is actually just fine. The only reason she went was she said that she went to go pump gas and she could not smell the gasoline. So she told my wife was like, you need to go get checked because taste and smell is one of the first things. And they did the nasal swab and came back and said, yep, it's positive. So that's where she's at right now.
So
She's not staying at the house, by the way. So
we have a funk thing going around here. My wife got it. I got it. Both of our kids had it, where they tested my wife for COVID. She came back negative, but basically all the symptoms.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's just a general summertime respiratory cold.
Allergies.
I want to know what Matt wants to build. We got to get him over here and see what he wants.
Matt, he wants you over here. He wants to talk to you for a second.
Hey, Matt.
Yes, sir.
What you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you doing?
Tell me about this PRS rifle you want to build that you haven't built yet.
Ooh.
What you got going? What do you want to build? If you had all the money in the world.
Probably going to go with an XLR chassis. Don't know caliber. Kind of want to see what that 6 arc does, really. I don't want to fool with fire forming and cutting and trimming brass. Just like to roll with, I don't know, something more factory ammo capable. And I don't know yet. Scope, got that figured out for the most part.
Is that a rock and roll? We're ordering that now or what?
Ray's kind of got me teetering on the 5 to 25 because I'll never use 35 unless you use it as, just like a secondary spotter, But I don't think I've ever shot an 18 or 20 power at the most.
Yeah, and Matt's actually shot some of these long range matches. You did Bushnell 2 years ago. You shot the Nordic with me. So, I mean, he knows his way around the matches and all. He's just wanting to build that ultimate PRS rifle, and it's just taking too long trying to decide.
Ray, do you honestly think that 6mm arc has got the poop to do the PRS gig?
There's quite a few people that think so.
Anybody shooting it at your match?
No.
No.
No,
they can't get barrels out. That's what I've been hearing, and reamers just now starting to come out.
Yeah, I think it's too new. The 47, the Pua.
Who sponsored that PRS match? It was Hornady, right?
Hornady, yeah.
It was Hornady, yes.
I can't believe they didn't have somebody shooting a PR 6
You know
arc.
what? There might have been somebody. I don't know. I have no clue.
They actually gave booklets out with the arc on there. Remember that?
Yeah.
Booklet thing? All their different.
You would think they would have given everybody a 6 arc just for being in the tournament. It's part of their.
We got a ton of cool shit.
No, they gave us all LaRue triggers.
Yeah, that was a good. I haven't put it on anything yet, but it was nice to give away triggers. Yeah, Eagle Eye's a big component of that arc. He's thinking.
I didn't know he was still out there, so I'm glad he can chime in on this.
Can't wait to see your build when it's done, Rick.
Yeah, we got to figure out when Eagle Eye finishes it up and sends it on its way.
And Eagle Eye, I know Pierce had mentioned something, or Matt mentioned something about maybe contacting you on a barreled action.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get you in touch with him.
Anyone shooting the 5.56 at the shoot?
Anyone shooting 5.56 at the shoot? I think there was one person that did.
Wow.
Was it one of the gas gun ones?
It was a gas gun, yeah, because they had an award for the highest 5.56/308 competitor gas gun.
Wow.
Oh, that
there were only 3 gas guns in the whole match out of 180 something shooters. And I almost did it, but they couldn't get me that 6.5 arc in time, or the 6 arc in time.
That's too bad. I'm really curious about that. I'm waiting for your impression on that before I jump in.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You got.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump in on a bolt gun though.
Yeah, find some real accuracy on it.
Well, Hornady sent me all this ammo, so I got to do something with it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, we're getting close to shutting her down.
Yeah, I think Matt's getting ready to turn into a pumpkin. I better leave him alone.
Oh,
Yeah, you went over
Past
to
his bedtime. You know how these young bucks are.
Yeah, going to bed early. Going to bed early. Send it down range. It'll take the brass.
Yeah, no, I got to keep the brass. I think I have a Bartlett on the way.
yeah. I'm very curious. Very curious about your impressions on the 6 arc. I'll be waiting for your wisdom on that one.
Anybody
Yeah,
got
I've been
info
talking.
on
I've been
300
talking to
dollars?
John, and John, he is very, very impressed with that 16-inch 6mm arc.
Really?
Oh yeah, and he said he had no problems running it out to 700 yards easily on smaller targets. I know it's only 700, but I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it and see what I
You
got
throw
to
a
lose.
24-inch barrel on that thing, it might really be fun.
20.
Yeah, maybe.
I think a 20 would probably be adequate. Maybe 20, 22. I'd like to see a 20. 22, actually.
Jerry says, hit the thumbs up.
Anyone have any experience with the 300 Norma mag? Yeah, it hurts.
I don't.
Yeah, so I will tell you, I've had a lot of people email me about getting into PRS, and everybody's asking me all these questions about 300 Win Mag and 300 Norma. That is not a PRS cartridge. Period. It's too much recovery time. You're going to lose sight of your impacts and everything. Think small caliber, like 22 or 243, out of a small case. That's what that game's about. That's why I was kind of apprehensive about getting into that. But it's good enough now. 6mm Creedmoor will do it. Do the job.
Let's see if that 6 arc does the job.
Yeah, that'd be good to know too.
Yeah, Skull, the one that Coda Boy had was a 16-inch gas gun, CMMG.
Yeah.
Didn't shoot all that well, if I remember.
Yeah, and see, Chris is saying 6x47 Lapua, and I've heard that. I know that's a pretty good cartridge, but I had a deep conversation with someone who's actually on this chat right now about that and decided to go a different direction with that.
Mike 21 STI. One of the pros that I was shooting with was still shooting a 6.5 Creedmoor, but he was shooting like 150 something grain projectile. So they're still out there. That's what I'm
Yeah, and
getting at.
guys, the other thing you got to realize, you're going to run this gun hard. You got to remember, you're going to shoot a stage like that 15-round stage. So you're just cranking them off. I mean, you got 90 seconds to get 15 rounds off. Then you're packing your crap up going to the next stage. If you're on deck or if you're the next shooter behind them, I mean, your gun's not really getting a chance to cool off. You're running them really hard for the stuff, or at least we did last weekend.
Hey, Ray, do you see anybody running those little fans with the chamber adapter? You can throw in the chamber and it runs air down the barrel?
Yes. Yeah, about half my video was destroyed because all you would hear is in the background. And like, geez, But they're doing it for a purpose, and I've seen those for years.
Yeah. There was one guy that was running an actual...
Yeah, Magneto Speed makes one. There's quite a few companies that make them.
What do you think of that?
Cools the barrel
off. On my squad, there was no one shooting a 6.5 Creedmoor. But I had a really good squad, kind of like Rick. It was a pretty squared away group. Those guys all finished pretty high up there.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a bunch of 6.5 Creedmoors. I just know there was a couple. I know they were shooting 6mm, and then that funky little one. I don't know what it is. If it was a dasher or what it was. It might have been a Prancer or Vixen or something.
The 6 Comet or the 6 Dash
A comment, yeah, or
or the
Cupid
6.5 Prancer.
or a Blitzer.
And see, okay, so Ramsey Country has been doing this a while. Has a lot of really good information. But like in this comment, I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying, he's like, I like my 6.47 Lapua, and I like my 6XC and my 22 Creedmoor. I don't want to be that guy that doesn't know what he's going to shoot this weekend. Okay, I like to. I hate to say it, but I just want to be that guy that has, okay, well, I like 6 Creed. I want to have it in a bunch of different platforms, and that's going to be my PRS gun. I don't like to have a lot of overlap when it comes to something specialized like this. If that makes sense.
Once you're used to the ballistics, keep it even across the board, right?
There you get. The more you get it solidified in your head, I mean, the less you're having to, oh dang, in my 6.5 Creedmoor at 700 yards, I can ask Rick. He's going to say 5 mils, right, Rick?
Well,
there you go.
North Carolina.
This is gonna sound stupid.
In North
This
Carolina,
is gonna sound stupid, but why do guys that have 1 Glock have like 4? Because they all work the same. Same idea, right?
Yeah. And I know it's good to have variety and everything else, but those are such specialized cartridges that take a lot of, extra time to reload. You're fire forming a lot of them. Some of them you're not, because it's becoming a lot more mainstream where you can just buy cases. But yeah, I'm not that in deep right now where I want to do that.
Hey, I was blown away though when we were talking to Blam. He was saying that he loads off a Dillon Progressive for his precision rifle. I was like, holy shit! So that's pretty cool. That would sure save a lot of time. But he did say he had some fancy powder drop or something like that.
I don't know. Maybe I just overthink it, and I'm not talking bad because I'm good friends with these guys. But like with KB32, I'm not the guy that's going to have AR-15s and 458 SOCOM and 50 Bush or Beowulf and 300 Blackout and this and that and 7.62x39. I'm one of those. If I'm going to have it, it's going to be a readily available cartridge, like the 5.56 or 308. Or even 6.5, I would consider that mainstream now that you're starting to see more adoption with different people. And I don't know. I just, I don't like to have a ton of different, it's too easy to make mistakes that way, I think. What mag did you grab? Geez, you can't even get 2 calibers with a 223 and a 300 Blackout with somebody blowing up their gun, it seems. I mean, think about it.
Whoops, that was the wrong one.
Yeah, I'm not saying too many guns. I'm just saying same calibers. Easy to reload. You want to buy a bunch of bullets, you buy 10,000 of these bullets. Hey, that covers 99% of your guns. Not, I got to buy this, I got to buy that. Oh, I got to buy this. Oh, that didn't like that powder. I got to have this powder. I just try to keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
How many guns is too many? There's no such thing. All right. Well, we're at 1 hour and 48 minutes. So
yeah, Matt's about to go to sleep. So I gotta go.
You want to tell me, buddy? All these great people out on the comment section out here.
See ya.
We'll come back to.
He gone.
Tim, anybody?
What's that?
You got anything you want to tell all these great people out in the comment section?
Yeah, I do. Turn off the news, go outside, have fun, enjoy life. COVID is fake, and that's it.
There you go.
All right. I'm going to throw a shameless plug out there for myself. I'm actually trying to get up to 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel, so I can actually get a vanity name, so it's like YouTube / whatever. But if I could get some people to subscribe, that'd be awesome. It's the other Tim Davis.
So is that your official YouTube name, the other Tim Davis, or are we supposed to be on the Tim Davis one?
Just the other Tim Davis. I'm going to shut down the other one. I've actually branded the other Tim Davis. I showed you those stickers,
Yeah, I have
which ties in actually with my professional career. Oddly enough, I've got branding for
Well,
my
in
professional
case
career.
you guys don't know, Tim's actually a porn star.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
So
This is Tim Davis, and that's the other Tim Davis.
nice. There's a little head, and the big head is down here.
That's freaking hilarious.
That's right.
So if you guys get a chance, go help a brother out. And
yep. And hopefully now that I got that camera in from Ken for downrange, and we got to hopefully get over the range this weekend and try to get a computer. I'm sorry, not computer, but a gun video or two up.
I had to pull my YouTube channel down today.
You did.
I had to put all my videos, everything. I had to put them all away. We're doing, since this whole COVID bullshit has happened, all of the trade shows have gone virtual. Okay, and in my industry, we do a lot of trade shows. We do about eight major trade shows a year. And now they're all virtual. In order to do a trade show now, you need a YouTube channel. My frickin' company doesn't have a damn YouTube channel. I had to put together a promotional video today with a couple of people and do a briefing for the Air Force. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, how am I going to do this? We don't have a YouTube channel, and the only link they'll accept for briefings to the government are YouTube links. So I had to take all my videos down. I had to upload the videos of the promotions. I had to make them invite and private only. I had to basically tear my channel apart today. So it's not like it's anything spectacular anyways, but what a pain in the ass.
You can make them all non-public.
Yeah, but they are non-public, and you have to have the link to watch them.
Yeah.
There's two of them that I had to do. They're both 10 minutes apiece. What a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Terrible.
All right, well, let's see. What time is it? 9, so 10, 11, 12, 17 on the East Coast.
It is.
17 on the West Coast. So, you guys
even the dog went to bed.
Yeah, said ain't nobody got time for this. But other than that, you guys stay safe. Have a good night, and
bye, y'all.
See you on the next one.
Good night.
Good night.
Nice meeting you, Tim. Bye.